This is Sigmund Bloom for Footballguys.com. Welcome to our Week 3 waiver wire quick hitting advice. First up, we have a good old preemptive pickup at quarterback. Jameis Winston having the worst performance, well, the offense, 128 total yards, the worst performance by Sean Payton offense in his tenure at New Orleans. There won't be too many more of these before we see Taysom Hill have a chance to take over this job. We have at New England this week and Bill Belichick. So that will probably mean more futility for Jameis Winston, which means more utility for Taysom Hill, who was a fantasy quarterback one when he got the opportunity last year. Also, let's take a look at Alexander Mattison, who, even though Dalvin Cook was able to finish out the game, Alexander Mattison is the clear backup. Cook left twice with injuries. We love everything he's laying out there on the field for this team. But even though Cook was able to finish the game, we have to have Mattison, if he was dropped after week 1, on our week 3 waiver wire list. And of course, leading the running backs, of Tony Pollard is on a roster. He should be Cordarelle Patterson, who's forced to committee, and now with his receiving ability, should be able to be a solid flex play every week, if not better, if he did that against Tampa Bay. We'll see what he can do against the Giants. Wide receiver, let's talk about KJ Osborn, staying with the Minnesota Vikings. And what we like about KJ Osborn is this is not a 2 tight end offense anymore in the passing game or the running game. We're seeing Tyler Conklin not do as much in the passing game. So KJ Osborn now, the number 3 receiver, showing some speed on that long touchdown. And also with the defense not doing much for the Vikings, you have to think this is going to remain a pass-heavy offense for Minnesota this week against Seattle. Yeah, KJ Osborn could stay hot, and they found a number 3 receiver, and looks like Kirk Cousins is going to be throwing more this year than Mike Zimmer would like. At tight end, we want to touch on Blake Jarwin, who flipped the balance ahead of Dalton Schultz. He obviously has more to offer as a pass receiver. This was also a balanced offense, not a pass-heavy offense for the Cowboys, and when they eked out over the Chargers. We'll see what happens against Philadelphia, but I think that as we're more on a waiver wire watch list for the tight ends, no clear pickups, Jarwin starts to move up, hopefully shaking off some of the rust from the ACL tear. One more thing I want to toss in, since we led with Elijah Mitchell last week. Don't drop Elijah Mitchell. Hold on. Even though he left the game with a shoulder injury, had a touchdown wiped off the board, the 49ers clearly committed to him. We have to give the Philadelphia run defense some credit for what they did against Atlanta in week 1, and a lot of credit for what they did against San Francisco. Also, remember that Trey Lance is probably going to get in here and start eventually this year, which is going to open things up for the running game even more. It looks like the 49ers are committed to Elijah Mitchell. So not so much a waiver wire take, but a take to not be discouraged by what happened, because it's still likely his backfield as long as he's healthy enough to take it. We appreciate everything you do for us here at footballguys.com. Hope you guys are liking these short videos. Always stay classy.